Okay, the Ticketmaster. This is the third episode of Friendship is Magic, and I guess we transition here from that ongoing story from before, the all-encompassing conflict, to a day in the life kind of thing. So, how's it hold up? Let's see. We start with Twilight. She's jumped right into this whole having friends thing. She's helping Applejack pick some apples, and she brought Spike, who is being just lazy, taking the easy job of sorting out the bad ones. Okay, but then we get his magic fire breath again, that gimmick where he can send letters or receive them by shooting his fire breath, which kind of a weird idea, but okay. And turns out the princess has sent a letter. She wants Twilight to come to the big ball. I guess they're gonna have. Well, they call it a gala. So yeah, she wants her to come to the big gala, and she wants her to bring a friend. Just I guess a little treat there. And Applejack conveniently really wants to go to this ball because, what was it? Yeah, she wants to sell apples there because I guess her family has all kinds of little needs, so she thinks she could sell apples, make a ton of money, and be a lifetime opportunity, so seems like an easy choice. But then Rainbow Dash falls right on top of them. It turns out she got out of helping them pick apples by saying she was busy, and then all she did was fly up into the nearest tree and take a nap. But now that she's heard about these tickets, these two tickets, she wants in. She also has a reason for wanting to go to this ball. She knows the Wonderbolts, the big shot team she wants to join. Like they said a couple episodes ago, well, every episode I think actually, they're going to be there, and so she thinks that this would be her chance to show off for them. She could do her tricks, and of course they'd sign her up right away. That's always how that works. And so then they actually want to hoof wrestle each other for it, Applejack and Rainbow Dash. Applejack says, "Alright, I challenge you to a hoof wrestling contest for this." Kind of amusing sight gag, but Twilight, she thinks the only fair way to decide this is to just pick who has the better reason for wanting to go. She thinks she can do that, and she thinks that these two reasons, though, sound pretty evenly matched, so she goes off to have lunch and to think about it. And then, of course, the other three main characters all run into her at once, and they all have reasons for wanting to go too. Pinkie Pie, an easy one. We know she loves parties, so yeah, she just for some reason thinks this would be the best one ever, and I mean, I guess that's the reputation, so easy one. Rarity thinks it's going to be a chance to show her stuff and win the heart of the prince. Okay, I guess another tween girl fantasy story, but they play that, I guess, partly for comedy, like hers and Rainbow Dash's fantasies are supposed to be, like, you get the impression that it's sort of head in the clouds, so that was kind of funny. And then Fluttershy knows there's a big garden right outside where they have this party, so animal lover, plant lover, she would be in Fluttershy heaven, so okay, so Twilight now thinks that all of these sound like good reasons too, and she has a 5-way split. Personally, I thought they kind of were sounding less valid as they went, but I'm not Twilight. So she goes to have lunch, and then all of her friends start doing her favors to try to win the ticket over. I guess we've seen this kind of plot before, but it's pretty funny how they do it. Like, first, a big storm hits, and Rainbow Dash, with her weather controlling power, she just kicks a hole in the clouds, and so just the spot Twilight is sitting in, it's a sunny day, and everywhere around her it's raining, and everybody's running to get out of it. So another funny sight gag, but she catches on to Rainbow Dash trying to suck up to her, tells her to close it up, doesn't consider that that's probably a bad idea because that was right where she was eating lunch, so that's drenched. She has to just leave, and then Rarity's turn. She pulls her in, tries to give her a makeover. It always comes back to that with Rarity, it seems like so far anyway. And so then Twilight catches on to that too, marches out, and it's kind of funny, they fly right into the next one. She tells her, yeah, sorry Rarity, you're gonna have to wait, I'm not deciding until I have lunch. Did somebody say lunch? Applejack just pops into Rarity's house and drags Twilight out, and then yeah, starts offering her all kinds of apple treats, which again, pretty funny, but yeah, of course Twilight, by now they're not pretending that this is hard to figure out. Twilight just walks away, and then she goes home, and Fluttershy and her animals are helping her clean the house, and it's kind of funny how they play this. I'm saying funny a lot this time, aren't I? But, well, I mean, it's just kind of a lighthearted, comical episode, so it's like that. But anyway, yeah, Fluttershy needs her rabbit to roll its eyes at her for her to say what's on her mind, because otherwise she's Fluttershy, she's shy about everything, so, about admitting everything, so the, Fluttershy starts telling her, like, oh, we're just doing this to be friends. The rabbit folds its arm, rolls its eyes, like, yes, we're just doing this for the ticket. So, anyway, and then finally Pinkie Pie's turn, which this was probably the best gag. Twilight opens her door to throw Fluttershy out, and Pinkie Pie grabs her and starts singing a party song that's just literally what she's doing. She's sings a song about throwing Twilight a party, so she'll give her the ticket, and Twilight starts chewing her out for not even trying to be subtle. When all the ponies throwing the party, they all hear her say the reason that Pinkie Pie threw the party, and now they all want to do her favors and get the ticket. So Twilight bolts for it. They start chasing her all over the town, and we get a Benny Hill reference. They turn it into one Benny Hill chase with a song that not the same music, but kind of close to it. And I mean, this was the best part too. This was hilarious. I mean, they completely like channel Benny Hill, the sight gags and stuff, and I mean it's pretty clever. So they have fun with that. And so finally Twilight and Spike are cornered, so Twilight resorts to her teleport, and even though it's disorienting, I guess we saw that before, so teleporting isn't pleasant, who knew. So then Twilight and Spike are at home, and right into the clutches of the six friends. They're all waiting there, and so Twilight breaks down and says she can't choose, and 4 out of 5 of them repent. Rainbow Dash, she hears them all say, like, yeah, I'm sorry, I don't want the ticket anymore. So she jumps up and says, yes, the ticket is mine, and then they all give her a look, and, she takes the high road too, so, okay, so Twilight sends back her ticket, says, okay, I don't want to go if my friends can't go, we're just, thank you very much, princess, but, we're gonna have to send them back. So then she just sends her a letter like, well, why didn't you say so? Here's tickets for everybody, and which, I mean, she already knew that Twilight lived with Spike, so I mean, I don't know why she thought 2 tickets would be enough if she was supposed to bring her friends who would want to get, I digress. So, anyway, they celebrate, and Spike, who's been, I guess, gagging at all the girliness the whole time, whenever they had to say, like, oh, I don't want to leave my friends behind, he's been gagging, and then he, no, this was actually just before he got the letter that he's gagging. Applejack walks up to him and says, oh, that's just like a boy, you can't handle the slightest bit of sentiment, and, well, they really didn't expect to have a whole ton of guys in their fan base, did they? So, 3rd episode, you, I guess, glimpse a little of what their original mindset was, but anyway, so yeah, then he shoots out the 6 tickets, they're all happy, and then, of course, they have to give it to Spike one more time. He secretly, behind their back, he's now upset, like, well, how come I don't get a ticket? And then she shoots out the one last one, and only Applejack sees him get excited, so she gets to fix him with one more stare, like, yeah, so, alright, sucks to be a guy, or don't listen to the guys who don't like sentiment, I guess is what they're going for. I don't know, we've seen that a ton of times, no need to harp. Anyway, so what did I think of this episode? I think it's a pretty good transition kind of an episode. Like I said, it's not this swinging for the fence pilot, trying to drop all kinds of themes, doing it fairly well. Like, they had a heart of the cards speech there, I said before, but even then it was a lot smarter than when Yu-Gi-Oh! Used to do it. It tied into everything we saw, so, but no, this is just a day in the life kind of episode, a little character conflict, I guess, trying to make it fairly relatable. Like, it's, I guess I've compared it to the old show a few times, because I had to sit through a handful of episodes back in the day, which, unfortunately, and I think the big difference is they try to make what everyone says here just seem a little more genuine, like they, instead of a one-track sort of pandering list of emotions, just making it all really cutesy, it's like they try to think about, like, okay, what would someone express in this situation, and Okay, so day in the life episode works well. Otherwise, but it is a story we've seen before. It's, pretty typical, but even though they, I guess, don't mind going through all the motions of it, like I said, they do make it more genuine. I guess that's the key here. And they just throw in some extra creative touches, like, the Benny Hill chase, of course. The sight gag with Pinkie Pie. She wants to go to this party, and she wants to play pin the tail on the pony, so we see her do that blindfolded, and then they pan away, and she somehow pinned the tail on herself, and her tail is on the hook, which, and it just extra touches that they didn't need to add, so appreciate the effort there. And let's see, the hoof wrestling was fun, but so yeah, I guess a typical story made better with going the extra mile, so decent enough, enjoyable. Everybody is still pretty fun to be around. Like, Rainbow Dash is obnoxious, but they make that pretty funny, and they make it harmless enough. Like, she's obnoxious, she's totally selfish, but when they confronted by the fact that she's not doing the right thing here at all, she gives in. She's like, okay, well, I don't want to force myself on everybody else to that extent. I want to be a good friend in the end, so okay, there was that. Pinkie Pie keeps getting funnier. Like I said, the first episode, she was really not landing anything with me, but okay, now she is, so it's fine, right back up to par. That's pretty much all I got. Like I said, everyone else is fine. Nothing in particular comes to mind about them, so okay, so far it seems like they know what they're doing pretty well. It's pretty decent show. Decent to good, at least. Alright, see you at the next one.